simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah. Yeah. Unprofessional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got Devin.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here.
And we have Rob.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob.
All right, so we don't have a topic for tonight, fellas, so we're just going to kind of shoot the shit. There are a couple things I wanted to bring up, but I don't think, Devin, that you've seen them.
What?
The first is any of the episodes of the new Dexter show.
No, I haven't seen him.
Um,
But feel free to talk about it because I really don't care about spoilers.
Well, I'm not going to really spoil anything. It was more so just, for those of you who were fans of the show Dexter, it had recently started back up. I think there's 4 episodes currently that have aired. And it takes place something like, I want to say like 12 to 15 years after the first show. Essentially, Dexter is living in some secluded area in like the North Midwest. And the show pretty much is about his relationship with his son, who finds him and has been seeking him out. It's good. I really like it. I will say the one spoilery thing that I have. So Rob, if you have intentions of watching it, earmuffs. I do really like the fact, for those of you who watched Dexter the first go around, his dad, Harry, was his dark passenger. Pretty much just the figment of his imagination that he always saw, that kind of gave him advice and kind of kept him on the right track. In this one, it's Deb. So Deb plays his, not necessarily dark passenger, but his guiding compass, I guess. But yeah, it's really good. And then, Devin, the other show was the Wheel of Time series on Amazon.
I haven't started it yet, no, but I intend to. I haven't started it yet.
Man, it's good. I was very scared and skeptical of the first episode before it came out, because I wanted them to do it justice, and I wanted to see this thing take off. And I mean, Rob, you can chime in whether you agree or disagree, but I feel like it's lived up to expectations so far.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like it does things differently than the book, but you kind of have to. Like you can't be perfect, but it's really good compared to most of the shows I've seen made out of books.
yeah. Let's see. What else? What's been new with you, Devin? You've been a workaholic lately, huh?
Yep, and probably going to be a workaholic for a while, whether by choice or by not. It's kind of how it's going to be.
They need to take it easier on you. Give you some more free time.
I'm fine.
You need to.
I'll have my free time eventually, but right now it's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, what have you been doing when you're not working?
Sleeping.
Well, all right.
I mean, it's about that. Only thing I've really been focusing on doing, because I can do it while I'm laying down. Playing the new Pokemon. Well, the Pokemon remake. That's really about it.
Is that the Diamond and whatever thing?
The Diamond and Pearl remakes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing those. Other than that, that's pretty much been it. I spent 5 hours a day trying to get a Togepi to evolve. That was fun. Um, it
Now,
didn't
which
like me.
gen?
It wouldn't
I don't know
evolve.
much about pokemanz, okay? But which
Evidently.
generation does this game follow?
I think it's Gen 5, I believe.
Is that
I'll
the
tell you
one
in a
with
second.
Pancham?
Nah,
Damn
no,
it.
that's later generations.
Damn it.
No, that's Gen 5 is... No, it's Gen 4, is it? Yeah, Gen 4. It's Gen 4. I mean, the remakes. And I don't think they include any... Yeah, I don't think they... I think this is like literally just a Gen 4 remake. I don't think there's like two... There's a couple Pokemon outside of Gen 4, but there's not too many. Outside of Gen 4, this is just a Gen 4 remake, and Pancham doesn't bring his happy ass around until Gen 6, I believe.
Man,
Yeah, Gen 6.
him's
He
the
doesn't make his
best.
debut until Gen 6.
So who is
Yeah,
the starting Pokemon's in the new game?
it's the same ones from Gen 4. So you have Piplup, you have Turtwig, and you have Chimchar.
Did you start with Piplup?
No, I do like Piplup, but no, I started with Chimchar.
Oh. These are all like really foreign. Like I feel like I'm talking a different language right now.
Chimchar's a little fire monkey.
All right.
Piplup's a little penguin, a little water penguin, and Turtwig is a little earth turtle. But I mean, at the end of it all, one, I really hate Turtwig's middle form. I hate Groudle. I think it's just not that great. Torterra's pretty cool, but I mean, yeah.
I like penguins.
Like it. Yeah, I mean, I really like Empoleon. Like, I like what Piplup becomes, which is Empoleon. Not the biggest fan of his middle form either, but I mean, I can live with it. I think to this day, he still has a unique typing to this day, which is pretty nice. So I think if I'm not mistaken, to this day, Empoleon is the only Water Steel Pokemon. To this day, I think that is the only. Yeah, no, to this day, that's the only Water Steel Pokemon. So he has that distinction, and it's a really good typing too. Like, Water Steel is pretty good typing. Yeah, I mean, Chimchar is kind of basic. It's firefighting.
Him a basic ass bitch.
I mean, it's firefighting. Ever since Gen 3, I feel like so give you an idea, Gen 3 introduced Torchic and went up to Blaziken, which was firefighting. And then Gen 4, you had Chimchar, which started off as fire and became firefighting. In Gen 5, you had Tepig, which was fire, and then turned into firefighting. And then in Gen 6, you had
Gen
Pancham, 6 was different.
Fighting.
No, not a starter. And Pancham is dark fighting, but yes, he's not a fighter. He's not a starter. You had Fennekin, which is fire. They became fire psychic, but I actually hate Delvox. But that's a separate issue. You had Chestnut, which was fire, which is grass fighting. You had Greninja, which is the clear choice of the starters in that generation. Greninja's the clear choice. It's a frog ninja. You really can't go wrong with it.
So with the exception of Gen 1, are all pretty much the fire starters crap?
No, they're all actually really good. I just hate using them because after a while it's just firefighting over and over again. I will say the newest ones, they did kind of reset on the newest generation, which is Gen 8. They did kind of reset with this, which is Sword and Shield. They did reset. It's the newest original Pokemon game. Where there are no split type starters, so all the starters are just straight their types. So you have Grookey, who's grass all the way through. You have Scorbunny, who's fire all the way through, and you have Sobble, who's water all the way through. They did kind of reset, and there hasn't been split type starters since Gen 2, so that's pretty cool.
Can I ask a dumb question?
There are no dumb questions, but go for it.
So the sword and whatever one that you just mentioned, that's Gen 8.
Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So playing through that, can you acquire Pokemons from other generations in the game?
You can actually. It was a big hoopla about that because when the game first came out, before they introduced the Iron Island, well, not Iron Islands, the fuck, I forgot what they're called, what it's called. God, what's the? I can't think of what it's called. Not the Iron Islands. Iron Islands is something else. But with the introduction of the DLC content, they took out a lot of the previous gen Pokemon that were available to catch, but they kept around like Charizard because people love Charizard. And game it's kind of a meme at this point that Game Freak kind of just like loves Charizard. But it's true.
So
It is true. They gave Charizard 2 Mega Evolutions back in the day. They gave him like they love Charizard. He was the only Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard were the only original starters that you could catch in game without having DLC. So I mean, yeah, like he gets love, but but Gen 7, for instance, you could catch pretty much like the Pokedex was huge. Like it was big. Like the Gen 7, let me see.
No,
Pokedex.
Is it actually possible to catch all the Pokemon's?
Absolutely.
From
People
all
do it
the
all the time.
generations?
From every single game, I do not believe there is a single game with all of the generations to date in one game. But I mean, people do catch them all challenges all the time where they catch every Pokemon in that one generation.
Well, I just feel like if they're up to like Generation 8, then like that game should have all the previous generations somewhere.
It usually does for the most part. Like I'm about to run this down for you. Just give me a second here. So you have the Hoenn Pokedex. This is back in 2020, so it's not fully up to date. But you have the Hoenn Pokedex, which comprises of 135 Gen, 47 Gen 1, 20 Gen 2s, and 135 Gen 3s. And then you have the Sinnoh Dex, which is 132 Gen 1s, 22 Gen 2s, 30 Gen 3s. Point being is you have so the Hoenn Pokedex is 202 Pokemon. The Sinnoh Pokedex is 210 Pokemon. Oh, sorry, the Sinnoh is 151, and then the updated Sinnoh Pokedex is 210. The Unova Pokedex is 301. The Kalos Pokedex is 457. The Alola Pokedex is 302.
And these are all different games?
These are all in different games, yes. Okay. And then you have the Alola Dex. So basically, like in certain games, like for instance in the game I'm playing, not right now, but in the newest game, you start off with one Dex, and then after you beat the game, you get access to the National Dex, which unlocks all the old classic Pokemon. And then you have like in-game content that you can do after that to catch those Pokemon, and kind of the same thing. So, but to date, I think the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Alola Dex, I think has the most Pokemon to date, which is 403 Pokemon.
And how many Pokemon's are there in?
Actually, no, I lied. The Kalos Dex
is the
most. The Kalos Dex has the most, 457. The Kalos Dex has the most of 457. I mean, the original started off with 151. The Gotta Catch 'Em All original Pokedex was 151 Pokemon. So then you figure, in 5 generations, they've almost tripled that.
Jesus. All right.
So I mean, it gets up there. So I mean, and one of the main reasons why they said in the most recent one, where they in Sword and Shield, why they couldn't or they chose not to implement all of the Pokemon was just because it became a 3D game, on the Switch, which the Switch has the ability to do it. It was just a lot more time to code everything. So, yeah. But the largest to date, the largest national Pokedex is the one from X and Y, which is 457.
The original games, though, the Red and Blue, You couldn't get all the Pokemon with just one. You had to have friends that
You have to have yeah. Well, I mean that's true in most games. Even now in this game, there are version exclusives. So I mean they do that so they can sell like the double pack, so you can buy both games for $119. As opposed to just buying one for $60, or you can just buy the one for $60 and find a friend who has another one online and trade that way. So I mean, there's options available to you, however you so choose. You know.
I own a Pokemon game.
What?
On a I want to say it's a 3DS.
It's the X and Y, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That was the one that, like, yeah, that was X and Y. That's the one with the largest Pokedex to date, the Kalos Pokedex.
Oh.
But yeah, there are people who do. So yeah, there's, I think from Gen 1 to Gen 8 as of 2020, there are 890 total Pokemon.
Jesus. All right.
Red, and brother had blue. And we had them on Game Boy Color.
Yep, I had the original blue when it came out on Game Boy Color. I had the purple see-through Game Boy Color.
Now, where do these trainers keep all these when they capture? Because you gotta keep them in a Pokeball, but where do they keep all their Pokeballs?
I mean, the Pokeballs shrink down to smaller size. So, like, if you they show you that in the original show. So your Pokeball.
So it's like having a coin collection almost.
A little bit, yeah. Not exactly though. So most trainers carry up to six Pokemon on them. Usually they have like a belt, and there's like 6 notches they can keep in their belt, or however they decide to keep them. Some people keep them like their shirt pocket or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're flinging washes on the side of the road.
If you don't plan to battle them, you can send them directly magically to a place where they keep them for you. Yeah,
which is like your PC in the games, but you're. Like, so a Pokeball shrinks down from like the size of like a baseball or a softball, depending on like what size is drawn, to like the size of like a ping pong ball. And then you can, when you're like they're in use, you can like you're getting ready to throw them. They become like the size of like a baseball, and then you can kind of throw them, and your Pokemon come out. But the Pokemon on the inside of their little pocket dimensions, they have their, they're fairly comfortable.
So there's never like a character who's running around with like a big ass like fucking Santa bag over his shoulder with a bunch of fucking Pokeballs.
Well, no, because I think the legal limit of Pokemon you can carry at any given time is 6 in terms of like even like for the Pokemon League in the show. It's 6 Pokemon.
So even if you don't plan on like battling them or whatever, you can.
You can theoretically carry them all around with you if you so choose to, but I mean it's just not really worth it. You can just store them. Most of the time they're being stored, and most trainers don't have like crazy amounts of Pokemon. Like it's kind of like perceived to be like Ash and like your main characters have a bunch of Pokemon, but like it's kind of like perceived in the show. Like even the random trainers you meet in like the game on the side of the road, like. Outside of like your elite trainers, they probably only have like a handful of Pokemon. They have like maybe 3 or 4 Pokemon at most, and it's just kind of what it is. Like, because it takes money to take care of Pokemon, so it's kind of like having like 5 dogs. You only can take care of so many after a while, so probably stop buying dogs.
I saw a meme online where it was Link. And he was swiping his sword in like some tall grass, and then it showed like a picture of a rupee. And then in the next frame down, he swiped his sword in the tall grass again, and it showed like a picture of a heart, like he used to be able to get by cutting down all the tall grass in the Zelda games. And then the next frame down, it was him swiping, cutting down a thing of tall grass, and it was like a dead Pokemon cut in half. I laughed because I know that you can find wild Pokemon in the tall grass.
And that's where most wild Pokemon are, in the tall grass.
So
it's a true statement. They are in the tall grass.
Except for the water Pokemon, they're in the water.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, there are some water Pokemon.
Magikarp.
There are some water Pokemon in the tall grass.
Name one.
Well, yeah, like
Lotad.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you got me. You could literally have just made up a word, and I would have believed you.
No, Lotad.
There's some like water-ish Pokemon that wander around and walk, like Squirtle. He walks around out of the water. The things like Magikarp or Staryu, those got to be in the water.
Here's a low tad for you. Actually, Staryu sometimes run the beaches.
Yeah, but they're not in this tall grass.
I mean, it depends, but probably not.
I'm just super happy because in the game that I own, I have not only do I have a Pancham, I think you gave me an Ursa ring or some shit,
Yep,
and then I captured a Snorlax. So I got like my little
Snorlax is
bear
a
posse
beast.
going on.
Yep, Snorlax is a beast. Now you just have to move over to what you call it and get a Beware.
Yeah.
Beware is a dangerous Pokemon.
So that's what you've been doing in your spare time is laying down in bed
for the
playing
most part.
pokemanz?
For the most part, kind of it. Like I haven't done a whole lot. I've been kind of just chilling.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of been it. Like Friday, I got. Let me see, Friday? No. What day was it? I was off Monday, so Sunday. Sunday. I mean, I worked 16 hours. I came home at 6 a.m. on Monday, and then I kind of slept. I woke up because I had something to do, and then I kind of like once that was completed, I slept, and then I woke up, and then that was kind of my day.
Man.
But yeah, that's kind of what's happening. It's probably what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm probably going to go to work. I'm going to work 16 hours. I'm going to come home at 6 a.m. on Friday.
I'm writing your senator. Your congressman.
You can. I mean, she's not really
overworked prison.
She's not really the reason why I'm working a bunch of hours. I mean, I have a plan. So I'm working a lot of hours, but I mean, she's part of the reason. I mean, some of the hours I'm working are not voluntary, but like I intend to work at least three overtimes a paycheck, but I try to get 5. So that adds up to somewhere in the ballpark of 120 hours over 2 weeks. About 60 hours a week.
Listen, I have to ask you, because we're talking about your work.
Have I tased anybody?
Have you tased anybody? Okay. No. Have you pepper sprayed anybody?
No.
Okay.
I will let you know when I tase or pepper spray somebody. Fair?
So, what I'm gathering here is you're working at a prison where all the prisoners are pretty, in line.
No, not necessarily. I mean, yes and no. I mean, it just never gets so bad.
Have you ever had to cuss one out yet?
I mean, I've told them off, but if I cuss them out, I'm in the wrong, so we don't do that.
Oh.
I don't do that. Supposedly. Right. On paper.
Listen, all I know is if I was ever in a law enforcement position and somebody started to run from me, I'd shoot them in the leg.
If you tase someone or you pepper spray somebody, it's paperwork. So
I was going to say, is it a lot of paperwork?
It's not a lot of paperwork. It's just paperwork, and I just don't want to do paperwork. So I just try not to do paperwork.
Fair enough.
It's kind of that simple.
All right.
I mean, I've been watching Animal Kingdom. That's about it.
I don't know.
It's a really good show. It's a really good show. I enjoy Animal Kingdom.
I've been watching Bones.
Yep. I mean, I know you've been watching Bones.
We've been making a lot of progress. I think we're on like season 6 now.
Yeah, I've been watching Animal Kingdom. I watched Midnight Mass. That was a while ago. I've been watching.
I do feel bad, and I apologize to the listeners that we did not get around to watching the crazy ass Thanksgiving turkey movie.
Yeah, we didn't.
Don't worry, it's December now. It's gonna happen this month, probably.
Probably.
Because we know I'm not gonna do any type of Christmassy episode.
Nope. I've been watching Super Crooks. That's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. I haven't been doing too much.
All right.
Usually when I'm not working, I'm usually just like relaxing. That's kind of like the secret of me. When I'm not working, I'm probably relaxing.
Well, I know this weekend we have our 24-hour live stream, so I'll know by Sunday whether or not we hit our goal to have to do the fucking SU episode painting Booster Gold in a positive light.
You guys will have a lot of fun, I'm sure. I will not be there, but you guys will have a lot of fun.
Yeah, but you'll be on the Booster Gold episode with us, right?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Giving,
I mean, because I'd be
giving
filming
props
during a
to
regular
Booster
time.
Gold and
Because, like, what day is it?
Oh yeah,
what?
The 24-hour live streams at this Sunday.
It's
Saturday?
this Saturday going
Saturday
into
into Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not off. I'm going to be able to get it off.
But yeah, so that's a good point, listeners. Next episode will be we'll be putting up what we did on the live stream for our SU episode. There's going to be me and Webby and a bunch of random people answering questions, your questions from the Discord.
That might not be the next episode. I might release that as a bonus episode. I don't know yet.
It would still be the next episode. I'm assuming, unless you're going to
Maybe
release
I'll hold
another
on to
episode.
it for a week then.
Just to prove me wrong?
Yep.
You're dick.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, historically speaking, sometimes the one film during the live stream is not necessarily always a released episode. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's just a live SU, but it's not a released episode. There have been a couple times we've done another episode on top of that.
Yep.
To be fair. So, like the one, for instance, where we spent their entire SU doing the the superhero tournament. That 1 year that wasn't actually released. That was just like a 3 hour. It was like a 3 hour SU episode. That was just a live SU episode. Usually, the Lex one after we do live stream is usually a recap of the live stream. Kind of what we like, what we didn't like, and so forth and so on. That usually is what.
I'll let you in a little secret, listeners. It really all depends on if when we go and we have this segment of SU on the live stream, if I remember to open up my OBS and record it. Because if I don't record it, then it doesn't get released as an episode.
Also, that means if that is the next episode, I don't have to be around for the next episode. So there's that. Because I won't be there to answer your questions. Yeah. I won't be there to answer your burning questions about SU or distractions.
A lot of them are Christmas questions, so they're not going to like my answers regardless.
Thank God. I'm actually happy about that because I'm just not feeling the holidays this year. So
I'm not feeling anything lately. At least not for the last couple days.
I'm just saying in general, I'm just not feeling the holidays this year. Like, for the most part, Thanksgiving, I kind of spent Thanksgiving alone. I was at work. I didn't even really have a Thanksgiving dinner, and then that was kind of it. In fact, I think did I work a double on Thanksgiving? I may have even worked a double on Thanksgiving. I don't remember. But yeah. Like, don't feel bad for me. Like,
you make me want to come to Detroit to give you a hug.
No. It's fine. It's fine. I promise. I'm not upset. It's just, I'm just not really in a holiday spirit this year. Wow. I'm participating, but not.
I can't fault you, man. I'm not usually in a holiday spirit ever. So.
I mean, I'm just participating, but it's not exactly one of those things where I'm like jumping for joy.
Right.
I mean, I will be coming over to your house at some point. Probably looking at like September, I think. Like between September and October. I don't remember which month I picked exactly, but I'll be making plans to come over there for at least 4 days.
Okay,
that's cool.
You're always welcome, man. My door is literally always open except for at night, and Rob started locking the doors. So, otherwise, my door would literally always be open.
I was all paranoid and shit, locking doors. Oh, hey. You know what they recently added to Netflix? Here Comes the Boom. That movie I talked about where Kevin James was like a UFC fighter. You're like, well, I've never seen that. Oh. They recently added Here Comes the Boom to Netflix.
I'm going to have to watch it. Oh, yeah. On the 17th of this month, I believe, The Witcher Season 2 airs on Netflix.
That sounds good. There's a lot of things I have to watch. Like, a lot I have to watch. I gotta watch Season 2 of Lock and Key. I gotta watch...
The new season of Lost in Space came out, too. I want to see that.
Yeah, I gotta see that. I gotta see... I'm just gonna skip Cowboy Bebop. I'm fine with that.
I don't think I've ever watched Lost in Space.
We should watch it then. It's good.
I got a
I got
lot
a-
of things on my list to watch, Rob.
I have a lot of things just to watch.
Yeah.
In general.
So what? Add another one.
Okay, it's added to the back of the list.
How come all the things I say we should watch are added to the back of the list, and things you say
they're
we should
not.
watch are added to the...
You recommended Bones to me because I had never seen Bones.
That's true.
So
I feel like I told you to watch Bones a while ago. But I
no,
didn't,
the
like,
only show that you
sit
were really
down and
adamant that
tell
you
you
wanted
on
me to
Bones.
sit down and watch was How I Met Your Mother. Which is
Worth it though.
a fantastic show.
I love How I Met Your Mother. Because I remember like I would in my whole Bones watch. I feel like I mentioned like man you should watch Bones. It's pretty good. Like I don't think I sold you on Bones. Like I don't think I sat down and was like, no man, you got to watch Bones because of X, Y, and Z. I just kind of like an in passing statement like you should watch Bones. It's pretty good.
So for the listeners out there who, if you've seen Bones, I want you to remember this moment because it's probably going to get asked later on. But Devin, having seen Bones yourself,
Yep.
I want you to make an educated guess based off of you knowing me. A couple different things. First, who do you think my favorite character is?
Oh, me too.
No. Oh, you're not. Oh, well, who's your favorite character?
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't seen it in a while. I'm trying to think. I want to say your favorite character is probably Webby, is Angela's father.
Oh, well, that's a cheap shot, man. That's CZ Top.
I know.
I mean, you're not wrong. I love all the episodes he's in, but I mean, I'm talking like main character. Well, I guess main character.
I mean, I think I'd have to say Booth then, right?
I do love Booth, but it's not. It's Zach.
Fair. Okay, that's fair.
I love Dr. Zach Addy. Sadly,
That's
got rid of him.
fair.
Okay, who do you think Rob's favorite character is?
Man, I'm trying to think. Like, see, the problem with like,
Do you want a hint?
Like, no, it's not even just that. I just like I'm literally sitting here thinking like I watched Bones like years ago. I think I watched Bones while it was still airing to give you an idea. Like
I will give you a hint that my character that is my favorite was not in the first season, and I actually totally forgot they were there. And then when they appeared, I was like, "Oh my fucking god, I forgot my favorite character."
Some favorite character, you forgot them all the time.
Yeah,
man,
it's been a long time since I've seen Bones, and I've only seen it once.
Whew. That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know, Rob.
Psychology is not a science.
Who says he is? I'm trying to think who says that though.
Well, Bones says that, but
Bones says it about this person.
It's Dr. Sweets.
Oh, Sweets.
Yeah.
I mean, good old Lance Sweets.
Mm-hmm. Lancelot.
Yeah, Lance pretty cool. I like Lance.
I had a second question. I don't remember what it was now, but it was Bones related. Oh, that's my second question. Who do you think? Now this one's I'm gonna give you a hint on this one because you'll probably need it. Who do you think my least favorite character or characters are? Now here's your hint. It is a very large umbrella of people.
Also, thinking about who his favorite is will help you with this.
Well, I don't really understand that.
Oh, well then I don't think it's the same person that I'm thinking of then.
No, it's several people.
I know, that's what I mean. I don't think it's the same people I'm thinking of then.
You have any guess, Devin?
I'm trying to think.
I don't think you'll get it. Rob will be like, "Oh," the second I say it.
Yeah, just go ahead and tell me.
Anybody who shows an interest in Bones.
Oh, yeah.
I despise anyone who
includes Booth's brother,
Yep.
the other
anyone
the
except
guy,
for Booth.
Booth's boss.
Booth is the only
Why
one
is
who's
that?
allowed to be with Bones
Why is that?
because they have to be together.
But why?
Everybody else is just a fucking bump in the road, and I hate them.
He was
But why?
in it.
Oh,
He
I
was
just do.
roundaboutly angry at Wendell because Wendell was dating Angela, and I told him that Booth and Bones don't get together until after Angela and Hodgins get married. So he's like, Wendell, you are slowing down this Angela and Hodgins getting married, so that Booth and Bones can get married.
Yeah.
But like objectively speaking, what if like Booth and Bones are just like awful for each other?
Doesn't matter. I don't think they are.
Because like on paper, I feel like at least for like majority of the seasons, I really feel like Booth and Bones are awful for each other.
Oh, according to Sweets and that other one who's played by
The British guy, yeah.
the British guy, yeah. I forget his name now. Fry. I know that's his last name, I believe.
No, he had the same name, remember?
No, the actual actor.
Oh, right. Stephen
Co-
Fry.
Stephen Fry, that's what it is. According to the two psychologists, yeah, on paper they are not a good match for each other. But, you know, they make it work. And I think that's why they make it work so good. Listen, they have to be together, and I hate everybody who gets in the way. That's all it is.
I just need to get to like the bottom of why you feel they have to be together. Like,
Because I don't know. It's one of those things that they've been leading into it. It has to happen.
But like, why though?
Because I fucking said so.
But on like whose authority though?
On my authority. Devin,
Like,
don't you question me.
I'm asking valid questions here, Webby. It's all
You know what?
I'm doing.
Okay. I will answer why I feel they should get together with a quote from a show that you really love. Because it would be legend, wait for it, Derry. Boom.
Derry,
Mic drop.
Maine, the home of it.
What?
Oh shit!
What? I quoted How I Met Your Mother. You're just like, it? Stephen King? What?
You weren't expecting that one.
I watched the epic rap battles of history or whatever between it and the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Joker wins in that one. We'll have
He
to
does.
watch it.
He does.
So, and then I also watched one between Ronald McDonald and Burger King, and then Wendy came in and slapped them both down. So,
Devin, did you ever watch the old Professor X Fires the X-Men? Because we were just talking about that because it popped in my head with when he was talking to Gambit. The next time we have a fight in a dollar store, I'll call you.
I feel like yes.
college humor.
Yes. Yes.
Did you hear they're re-bringing back the old school X-Men cartoon?
Yep, and they're re-bringing back the theme too.
Yeah, and it's going to be a continuation of where the first one left off.
It's all the same voice actors, too, except for Cyclops and Magneto, I think, because those voice actors died.
Well, I was going to say good, but it's not good that the actors died.
Yeah.
I just want Cyclops to die. It's the hair. I don't like the hair. God, I don't know. Anyway.
I just don't know why you immediately defended yourself when nobody said anything.
Because somebody out there is going to ask, well, what do you have against Cyclops now?
I mean, no, Cyclops is objectively a pretty douchey character.
Yeah, he
Like,
is.
He's written that way. I don't necessarily want him to die either, but I mean, whatever.
Webby,
What?
if you had to hang out with one, Cyclops,
I'd
Booster Gold.
I'd hang out with Booster Gold because I'd just spend the whole time beating the piss out of him.
Like, what if he flew, like he was right near you enough where you hung out with him, but he flew just high enough up where you couldn't hit him?
I'd hang myself.
Not an option.
Oh, it is. Oh, why? Because I'm hanging out with a hero?
No, it's just not an option.
Oh.
in this
Fucking-
debate, it's not an option.
If that's the case, then I'd hang out with Cyclops because he's douchey, but he can blow shit up with his eye lasers.
He can blow up things like
There
boosters.
you go, Rob. I got the answer you wanted.
You did.
I'd be like, yo, Scott, blow up this watermelon. And then if he does, I'd be like, yo, Scott, blow up this guy's watermelon. And I'd like turn him into a life of crime.
I've just been watching a lot of Stephen Moore's Dating because I fucking love that clip. Like, that is my favorite clip of all time.
I don't know what that is.
I'm sure you've seen it like scrolling on like Facebook or Instagram.
I will say you made my day yesterday when you sent me those TikToks, the one with the bark at your dog, and then he's like, do it again, bitch! I double me dare you. Ah, man, I watched that one probably a dozen times. It just makes me smirk.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
And then the cat one.
The cat one was also pretty funny.
What's this? Shut the fuck up. Hey, alligator, get back in the water.
Where you belong.
Oh, shit. All right,
Yeah,
Rob, do you have anything you wanna talk about?
The Stephen Moore's Dating video. That is it's a sketch, but God, it's so great. I'm sure people have seen it like scrolling on the internet.
Did you link it?
I posted it in general chat.
I'll have to watch it after this.
It's a great video.
I started streaming again. So
You did.
Yeah,
I'm happy for you.
Wednesdays from 3 p.m. till 6:30.
Yeah, I learned a very valuable lesson this week.
What was that?
I'm never gonna volunteer to stream with him until I know what he's streaming.
What was that? What did you...
It's Overwatch every day.
No, this week it was fucking experimental Overwatch, which was bullshit.
It was something interesting.
It's
But
not
it was not
interesting.
just normal. Yeah,
It is not. There was zero about the experimental thing that
So-
I even liked.
there's a bunch of
Flying Genjis, which was bullshit.
flying Genjis. Yeah, they asked some content creators to redo the characters, and then they actually did it, and they put it on the experimental card. And they're apparently going to be doing it more because they said this was the first one. But like, there's crazy things like flying Genji because he can just keep jumping and high jumping and keep going up and up and up. But like Diva, when she's demeched, she does like 120 damage with her melee because she's so angry. A bunch of crazy weird things like Sombra's hacking causes people to take more damage. There's a bunch of crazy stuff.
Oh, they haven't deleted Sombra out of the game yet? Damn it. Alright, I'm not coming back. I'm kidding. I was never going to come back to Overwatch.
Well, it's not like this is just basically an April Fool's type thing like they did last.
Oh, I know. I was just saying, like, I thought they would have deleted Sombra by now, but they have not deleted Sombra, so I'm not coming back. I refuse. Fuck Sombra.
Yeah, fuck her. I don't know what we're talking about.
Sombra.
Oh, yeah, fuck her. Hacky bitch.
Yep. Exactly.
Maybe next Wednesday we can convince you to play something other than Overwatch.
I mean, possibly. Yeah, we probably could. I'm home, so I could help you convince.
See.
More often than not, I'm home. One day I will return to Overwatch, but it'll be after I've been like secretly playing for like a couple months.
And you're like
And
a
then I come
platinum
back.
player.
It'll return to
No.
Overwatch 2 when it comes out in
Fuck that.
50 years or whatever.
I'm never playing that.
No, that just seems like a bad time. I'd rather go play Valorant. Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise, I mean, god damn. How was your Thanksgiving? What'd you do over Thanksgiving? Oh yeah, you worked. That's what you said.
I worked, and then I came. I had Thanksgiving prison food. And then I came home. I can't remember if I worked a double or not. I don't think I worked a double. Did I work a double? I can't remember. It's all blurring together.
Devin,
What?
I'm no longer SU's biggest racist.
Who is?
Rob thinks all black bald people are the same person.
I mean, he may not be wrong though.
It did not come over Discord, but all I heard was a very exasperated sigh coming from the other room.
Mm-hmm. I mistake
Rob,
one person for someone else.
2!
And
You've done it twice. Then I just kept going on and on and on.
no, it was because I took 2 guesses at the same guy. And but yeah, I get it.
Who did Rob think?
I don't know, some bald black dude on Bones on one of the episodes. He's like, "Oh, that's a Menadil from Lucifer." I was like, "No, it's not." And he's like, "Oh, is it the black guy from Blind Spot?" I was like, "No, that's not
Yeah.
even close." Like,
Rob.
So
then every time they showed him on screen, I was like, "Oh, look, it's Mike Tyson. Oh, look, it's
Rob needs to understand. Well, Rob needs to understand that all bald black people are just the guy that comes around the corner and says, "Surprise, motherfucker."
surprise, motherfucker."
yeah.
It's the guy from Dexter.
Yeah,
It's Dokes.
This is Dokes from Dexter. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Every bald black guy is just Dokes from Dexter.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Anyway, but it turns out he was from Judging Amy, which is what I knew him from. That and Event Horizon.
Yeah, okay, that's all fine and good, but it definitely was not Lucifer or Blind Spot, so you still
know.
got them mixed up.
Sure it is.
I get people mixed up all the time.
Yeah, every bald black person you see. What I don't get too is the one from Blind Spot, not even a bald guy. He's got hair. Short hair, but he's got hair. Hey man, at least they don't speak anime. Rob's just being quiet now because he's dethroned me and he's not happy about it. I, on the other hand, am elated that I'm no longer the podcast racist.
You're a secret racist. You damn secret.
There's nothing
racist.
secretive about it.
You secret racist.
I think all Chinese people speak the same.
I don't think that, but
They
I do
speak
think all
Chinese. I mean,
I do think that, well, there are multiple dialects of Chinese, or Mandarin, I should say. But I do think all Chinese food restaurants, that no matter what you order, your food will always be ready between 10 to 15 minutes. You could order one egg roll, it'll be 10 to 15 minutes. You could order like everything on the menu, it's always 10 to 15 minutes.
A poo-poo platter for 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like I feel like that is the truth. I feel like it's always that, like no matter what.
I'll never forget. I was delivering. I don't remember where I was. No, I was down in Texas, so I wasn't delivering alcohol at the time. But I think I had just walked in on the restaurant. Walked into a Chinese restaurant where they had like the Chinese waitresses and the owner. Or the host or whatever who would see you and whatnot. Then you look in the back, all the cooks are redheaded fucking Irish people. It's like, well,
All right, here I have a controversial topic that we can discuss.
Okay.
Even though technically, this is not the group of people I should be discussing this with because it wouldn't be it's not really the same impact. But in my opinion, when it comes to food, you cannot appropriate food unless it tastes bad. What I mean by that is a white guy cooking like Chinese food is not cultural appropriation. Like a white guy opens up a Chinese food restaurant, it's not cultural appropriation as long as the food tastes good. Because like nobody's sitting at a table like munching down on like ethnic food of any variety. And they're like, I really wonder who made this food. However, if you have really shitty, like you go to like a really shitty Chinese food spot, like let me just picture the picture, right? You go to a Chinese food restaurant, it's really good, really really good food, right? You're not wondering who's cooking this food, right? You're just eating the food. You go to a Chinese restaurant, you have really shitty food, and next thing you know, you see a white guy walking out of the kitchen. you're instantly going to be upset, right?
I
Just paint the scene.
mean, yeah, I guess so.
You're instantly going to be like, well, fuck this guy. This is why my food tastes like shit.
What does he know about Chinese food?
Exactly.
Right?
But
Yeah,
that same
alright,
guy,
I gotcha.
that same guy in the narrative, the food's good. Nobody gives a shit. So I'm convinced you cannot appropriate food as long as it tastes good.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm on board, I guess. Rob, you're quiet.
I mean, like Chipotle
Stop
started by a white guy,
What?
but Chipotle started by a white guy. It's not like authentic Mexican food, but nobody really complains about it either. Nobody's like, oh, like you don't see a bunch of like. There's not like a boycott of Mexican people outside of Chipotle. Like, this is cultural appropriation. You must end this now because shit tastes good. Not authentic, but it tastes good.
All right. Well, with that, we're at about the hour mark. So let's do our sign-offs. This is coming out the day before our holiday or our Christmas live stream. So if you're listening to this, stop by tomorrow, starting at noon Eastern time at twitch.tv/distractionsmedia. We're going to be going for 24 hours, raising money for the Children's Miracle Network through the Extra Life charity. It should be a fun time. It is usually. Do we have a science corner with Rob?
I have a small one because I remember I was talking to you the other day about the neutrinos from the Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
They were the elf ones that looked like elves that had drove around in a flying car. But there was an article about neutrinos, so I was like, oh. So it actually, but it's the science type of neutrinos. So scientists using the Large Hadron Collider has found a way to detect neutrinos, which will help them unlock the mysteries of the original matter of the universe.
And also the Ninja Turtles.
And also the Ninja Turtles. But neutrinos are they're everywhere, but they have no. They're smaller than microscopic, and they have no energy, so it's very difficult to actually detect them. But with the Hadron Collider, before they couldn't detect it because the speeding of the lasers around the collider is done by magnets, but neutrinos aren't affected by magnets, so they weren't able. But they developed a new way to kind of study them. So, but that was it. I thought that was interesting.
Are they only in space, or do we have them on Earth?
Neutrinos? They're everywhere. They're just basically they're like dust, but not dust that you can feel or affects you. Like they just go in between your cells. They don't give off any energy like electrons or protons or whatever. So
we
they
have
don't
them
affect
in
or
us?
do anything. Yeah.
It's fucked up. I want them out. Get them out of me.
Well, I don't know how. Apparently, they're not affected by magnets. So,
what if we are? But are they affected by anti-magnets?
probably not. But I mean, they'll find out. They're studying them. Soon you'll know, and then you can get rid of all your neutrinos.
Good. Fuck those things.
and
Goddamn
I've been
weird
watching
space
Legacies.
elves. You've been watching
I forgot to bring that
Legacies?
up. Yeah, because I didn't watch any of last season, so I've been watching that now that it's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I have to catch up on last season. Me and Rob watched the second season of Stargirl. Have you watched that yet?
I have not.
It's good. I liked it.
Good. Very cool. I mean, I like the first season of Stargirl.
Yeah,
I've kind of given up on the Flash. I've officially given up on the Flash.
Yeah, sadly, I haven't watched the last season of the Flash.
I tried. I picked it back up at 3 different points during the season, and they were still talking about the fucking female Mirror Master, and I was like, "This plotline's terrible." I'm gone.
Second season of Stargirl, you get to I forget who the other villain is.
Not Neil Patrick Harris.
What? No.
No, because like I laugh like the one guy I thought it was Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh.
The what's his name? The dude's father. For at the very beginning when I first saw him, I was like, oh
Right.
shit, it's Neil Patrick Harris. It looked
Right.
like Neil Patrick Harris, but it was not.
No, the main villain through season 2 is Eclipso.
Okay.
And I think
like
they did.
Eclipse,
Yeah, I think they did pretty well with him. But
I mean, I feel like he's.
I feel like the season was a little slow to
I feel
start.
like he's too strong for that group, but I mean, I'm with it.
Yeah. I will say this: I don't think they utilized the full scope of his powers and abilities in the
Eclipse
show.
was like pangling with like the Spectre.
Yeah.
At one point. But yeah, I mean, no, I'm with it. I'm with it. I like Eclipse though.
I definitely I enjoyed the climax of the season, which I won't spoil for you. But it definitely was one of those like, oh yeah, this is badass. Like one moment leading into another moment, leading into another moment of them trying to beat him. So
okay, I'll definitely give that a check out too.
But
I'll be living at work for a while, so I'll just watch it on third shift.
All right, and so we had our science corner with Rob. Do we have life advice with Devin? I could use some.
Yeah. Don't try to impress everyone. The unhappiest people I know are those who care the most about what other people think.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm a pretty unhappy person, but I don't particularly care what other people think either.
Well, to tie in with that, life can be good, but it's not fair. The delusions that life's supposed to be fair is also the source of a lot of unhappiness. So, there you go. And also, sometimes you just need a friend. You need a hug.
That's right.
Down in Kokomo.
Well, you got a friend in me.
Hold on. I had a different song in my head from what Devin said. Then you started singing that, and it completely erased my mind.
Down in Kokomo?
Yeah, it was, fuck, how does that song go?
Kermit, the fucking Kermit.
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you. Yeah, we're all singing different parts of that song. And I was the only one, I think, who started at the beginning of it. Rob started somewhere in the middle of the fucking lines. I just
hit the chorus.
We're done.
I just hit the chorus.
We're
That's all
done.
I care about.
It's midnight here. We're done.
The real question is, why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side?
Oh my god, I just realized that What's Her Face did a remake of that. I was like, this is the Kermit the Frog song. But it was
the what? I don't.
The Rainbow song.
There's so many
songs about rainbows.
You guys want a good laugh? Go on YouTube and type in Kermit Omegle.
I've seen that before. Yeah,
and it's just Kermit showing his cucumbers to all the girls on the Omegles.
Rainbows.
It's funny as fuck. Anyway, all right, that's all we're gonna do. People, where can people find you on the internet, Rob?
You can find me on the Rainbow Connection.
Oh, God damn it.
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X. And now again on Twitch at twitch.tv/ConfessorX.
Why? What happened? Devin, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at DMP_Pookie and on Twitch at Mysteries3. And as always, you can find me on eBay at the Rainbow Connection. Not to be confused with the Rainbow Lounge. I did that one time, and it left me scarred.
Okay.
Where can I find you, Webby?
At the bottom of a very deep hole, waiting to be filled in.
Feds don't dig after 10 feet, so.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. Good. We'll go at least 30.
There you go.
Christina Perry, by the way, is the one that redid the Rainbow Connection.
She did that, didn't she? Why?
You know what? I like reading Rainbow, sung by DMX. Boom. How's that? All right. You guys can
All right.
follow me
All
on
right,
Twitter
team.
at Jax Force Walker, all one word. On Twitch at DM Webby. I might be streaming some of my points of views for some of the games that I play over the weekend. I don't know yet. And as always, you guys can follow me, or you find me on eBay at Digging a Deep Asshole. All right.
Digging a deep asshole?
Yeah, you heard him right here. You heard it right here, fellas. You
fucks my outro music. Tired of this shit.
if you need an asshole dug deep, reach out to Webby.
He did say he's tired of this shit. I mean, that's what
I
you're gonna find in a deep asshole.
Booster Gold. I hate you. And for all you listeners laughing right now, I hate you too. I hate all you
Which means he
sons of
loves you.
bitches.
Which means he really loves you. But it's okay. He's gonna hate me now, but
Y'all
eventually
burn in this deep asshole pit.
Eventually, well, Flash Lynch is very flammable. But eventually he will laugh at the Stephen Morris dating video, which I encourage everyone to look at. Really,
Maybe.
no, you will. You will.
Good night,
I
everybody.
guarantee you will.